Hi everybody, I'm Stacy here at Scrapbooking Made Simple, scrapbookingmadesimple.com, and this is our next Saturday with Stacy, YouTube class number 514. Hello everybody. If you are joining us during the premiere of today's class, that would be at 8 a.m. sunny California time, 10 a.m. Central, 11 a.m. Eastern, or 4 p.m. in the United Kingdom. We are live chatting. Live chat going on over here. Type hello, and we'll say hello back. We want to meet everybody. There's usually several hundred of us on the live chat, so don't be shy. There's always room for more. Now today's going to be a little bit different today. It is. So unfortunately, I have to leave to go to a celebration of life. In fact, Mr. SMS and I and the boys, by the time you see this, we are already in Northern California. So I kept this YouTube exciting, this class exciting and fun, but a little easier peasier so that I can wrap it up a little early so we are able to make that celebration of life on time. And I know you all understand. We left on Friday to drive up to Northern California, and the celebration of life starts. If I let this go to a normal 3-hour full-length commercial-free class, we would be rolling in probably a little late. And I don't want to be late for this. So thank you for your understanding. Now, before I get to winner chicken dinner, let me tell you I have exclusive product from Northwoods Stamps. If you do not know Northwoods Stamps, wait. Oh my gosh. The samples at the end are over the top amazing and easy to do, truly easy to do. And I'm going to keep it so that even if you are the newest crafter, this is your first time ever watching a YouTube on crafting, I'm going to keep it so that you're going to be successful too. And then of course, if you've been crafting for forever and ever, you know you can escalate these, you can elevate these, you can make these into far more than the stamps that they are, because truly Northwoods Stamps gives you that opportunity to go easy or to go, oh wow, and all you need is a set of markers. That's it. That's all you need is a set of markers. Well, and maybe a little glitter. Just a little bit. So before we start today, I have winner chicken dinner to announce. These two lovely ladies posted a comment last week below. Live chat does not count. Now, if you don't see a live chat going on over here, premiere has happened. In fact, I don't know what year you're watching this YouTube, since we never take our YouTubes down. The sale might be over as well, who knows? But if you don't see the live chat, that's okay, stay with us anyway. But these two ladies posted a comment below, not during the live chat, and we had our random software select them once their comment was approved. You will not see your comment right away. SMS guy James runs through them, he eliminates all the spam, and then approves everybody, and then we have software that randomly selects 2 winners. Are you ready to see or to hear? Well, both actually. If you're one of our winners this week who has a $25 gift card to Scrapbooking Made Simple, yay. Okay, our first winner is Eva Michaels. Hello, Eva. How are you doing today? I'm so excited to see your name. Congratulations, wahoo kachoo. Are you like jumping up and down? Are you jumping up and down? You're like, yes! But you're not alone. We always pick 2. We always have 2 winners. Our next winner is Becky. Becky Shinlever. Hello, Becky Shinlever. Am I close? Lever? Shinlever? Hello, Becky. I got the Becky down great. That was the easy peasy part. No worries there. The last name, well, I gave it a college try. So both of you lovely ladies are a winner chicken dinner and have $25 in your online account already to go spend any way that makes your heart happy, from Scrapbooking Made Simple to you. Now again, if you want a chance to be a winner chicken dinner, what do you have to do? look down, look below me, look below me. There's a place to post a comment. That's where you post it. Give it until probably Wednesday, sometimes Thursday. And SMS guy James runs through them all. He weeds out all the yucky. He approves all the yay. And really, that could be your comment. Yay! That's all you have to post. It's nice, it's friendly, it's easy peasy. Yay! And you could be a winner. You just never know when I'm going to call your name. So for Eva and for Becky, we have to do the winner chicken dinner dance. They do have to stand up. I would stand up, but I'm my own camera person. You have to stand up, or at least sit up straight. and let's do the winner chicken dinner dance together. Are you ready? You're a winner, chicken dinner. You're a winner, chicken dinner. Wahoo, ka-choo for you. Congratulations to the both of you. I'm very excited for you. I'm very happy for you. Find something fabulous to spend your $25 on. It very well could be one of these Northwoods stamps because they truly are beautiful. So, winner out of the way. Announcements quickly. I will be back in time for our Make It Monday event, which is Monday afternoon, 5 p.m. sunny California time, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern, when we bring you a Holy Smokes Artichokes value, a bundle that is wow. It is anywhere from $80 to $100 retail value for $19.99. So I'll be back in time to live chat for that, and then immediately following, this is my nerves getting to me. Immediately following is our big announcement. What's our big announcement? Well, I can't tell you yet because that would spoil the big announcement. Hello? So at 6 p.m. sunny California time, there might be a little lag between the Make It Monday. I don't know how long it took me to tape that. So, but at 6 p.m. sunny California time, that would be 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern, and 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 a.m. in the morning, maybe, in the UK. I don't know. We will have an announcement to share with all of you, and hope that you are as excited about it as we are. And I will be live chatting through that video. Wish me luck with that. I might go silent for a little bit as I'm trying to process everything that's happening, but I'll be there. And you'll be there, and the big news will be out, and then I can take a yes. So also, what is coming up? Okay, there are 2 Tim Holtz releases coming up in the next few weeks, in the next 2 weeks, I think. We have a Stampers Anonymous Tim Holtz Halloween collection coming out soon, and it will be a 9 a.m. YouTube for that. And then the following week, we have a Tim Holtz Sizzix Christmas YouTube coming out, and we will have a 9 a.m. video for that. Oh my gosh. So we might postpone a few Make It Mondays because I don't know that I'll be able to get everything done. I mean, that's a lot in 1 week. So, but we will give it a try, and time will tell. So I'll let you know if we are going to postpone a few Make It Mondays for the weeks that Tim is also doing a release. Because then we'd have Tim's release, and then we'd have a Thursday expedite, and then we'd have a Saturday. And I'm one person with one video camera. And only so much storage space on the video camera. I gotta download something off of it so I can reload another video. I am so untech savvy. In fact, somebody was commenting, yes, that's my ring light. Where is it? Okay, that's the reflection of one of my ring lights. You're like, one of your ring lights? Yes, they were giving me migraines. So my ring light used to be right here in front of me, like right here in front of me. But it was giving me horrible migraines because I'm looking at it for up to anywhere from 5 to 6 hours a day. 5, 6 easily when I do a video. So now we bought 2. I've got one over here and one over there. I thought I could get away with just one over there, but then you only saw this side of my face and this whole side was shadowed. I suppose if you're in the movie industry, you're like, duh. So now we've got 2, but now they're reflective in the window. So anyway, it is what it is, and you get what you get, and I am who I am, and I'm happy with it. And at least I'm not getting headaches right now. So today we are going to work with Northwoods. I've got exclusive stamps for you. They're exclusive here only for a little bit, and then you'll be able to find them at your regular retailer. Absolutely. We're going to keep it simple. I think I'm going to start with the glitter pins like I did last week, just in case some of you didn't see those. We're going to move into our new dual tip markers that I finally settled on, and then we're going to color away, and it's going to be fun and simple and achievable and something that you will enjoy and take pride in. Even if you're just starting out, you will be able to do this, and when you give that card or that gift tag or that scrapbook album that you've added some of these embellishments, you've colored them in and embellished your scrapbook album, when you give that to somebody or they see it and they say, "You did that?" You'll be like, "Yep, I sure did." Then they're going to say, "Would you make me some cards?" And you're going to say yes. And they're never going to understand how much time and love and effort goes into making something handmade. But when you give it to them, they're going to love it. All right, so I'm going to tilt on down. We're going to get started for today. I've got some samples to show you. So much happening, so much happening. I'm going to try and keep this class probably no more than, definitely shorter than our normal class, because I actually have to go get ready and then get the boys, Mr. SMS ready to go. Not that full-grown men don't, but let's be clear, full-grown men need a little help in getting ready to go. Okay, here is one of our samples, right? It's beautiful. So one of our honorary SMS girls made this one. And another honorary SMS girl made this one. Oh no, this one's not backed. Okay. Isn't that pretty? These are all Northwoods stamps. Beautiful stamps. And then the last one I have is here. And you flip it open, and I've got the sentiment on the inside. Isn't that lovely? Okay, so before we get to the Northwoods stamps, I want to go back a little bit to last week, because we do still have, not many, but we do still have some of the Just Glitter markers left. And I want to show, I never did find my purple lid. I'm just saying. Did it go to this one? I lost a purple lid to something and I never found it again. I think I might have thrown it away. I think it was to this. So I want to show these off just real quick for people who did not watch the last YouTube, because these are an amazing little marker. They are called Just Glitter. They're by Marvy Uchida. They retail for a little over $4 a marker, so you've got a little over $20 here. We have them on a Holy Smokes Artichokes. I was able to, don't ask me how I did it. I'm not sure. I don't know if I just was extra nice or what, but I'm able to do all 5 of them for $4.99. That's a deal. Now inside of them is pure glitter, and that's why they're called Just Glitter. Normally when you have a glitter pin, the liquid that's inside, the ink that's inside is colored, and the glitter is either like a silvery or a goldy. These are completely different. The liquid that's inside is clear and dries clear, so you never see it again. And what makes up the color is actual glitter. So I want to show them on black paper because they do look best on a darker color paper. I will show them on white too, just to be fair. And I did this last week and I didn't save it. But okay. So how do these work? Well, first off, you do have to give them a shake, shake, shake. I want to open one that hasn't been opened yet. Shake, shake, shake. And then if you can see, the nib is white. So no ink, no glitter, nothing is in there yet. And you want to give a light push. Not too much, because the well fills up very, very quickly. And if you push too much and too hard, a little bit will come pouring out. Now, is that a horrible thing? No, it just means that you never can get it back in. So either use it up, spread it out, do what you got to do, because you can't put it back in the pen. Just like you can't put the toothpaste back in the tube. Okay, so I didn't want to do that right there. Shoop. Turn it over. Paper's got both sides. So I've got my red here, and now I've got some glitter in the nib to where I can write and as the solvent dries, the solvent's got kind of a milky look to it. Okay, you can see it right there. But as the solvent dries, it dries clear. And then all you are left with literally is glitter. So there is no red ink in here at all. This is 100% glitter. And it does not rub off. Once you've put it down, it's down. Put the lid back on so you don't lose it. Let's do the purple. And so a little bit off to the side maybe, just a little push, because it fills up this well very, very quickly. Less is more. There we see. Even me being less is more, I got some in there. So, oh, that purple's lovely. So let's do purple. And as the solvent dries, you're left with the glitter. So at $4 a marker on their own is not a bad deal at all for what they do. But for when you're talking $4.99 for all of them, well, that's a holy smokes artichokes. So I already started my gold because I was using it earlier. Shake, 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 shake. Gold. I want more glitter than that. Maybe I give a bigger shake. Oh, there we go. So I just needed to get, so I'm going to do gold twice. All right, so one definitely has more glitter. I just didn't shake it enough. So this one less because I didn't shake it. That one way more. So I hadn't shaked it down enough, and I had been using that one. Now let's go to blue. And blue is usually the one that stops traffic. Right? Blue's usually the one that stops traffic. Red, purple, gold. I'm not happy with my gold, but that's okay. And then last but not least, green. So for $5, you can't go wrong with these pins. They really are just wonderful. I'm gonna try my gold again. That's better. Okay, I just really needed to shake it and loosen it up. Isn't that better? I just needed to do my gold again. I wasn't happy with it. I needed to give it a chance to shake up and then get some more down in that well. And now that I have, hello, gold. Okay, I feel better. Thank you for indulging me. So on black or darker colored papers, doesn't have to be black, anything that's a little darker, you're going to have a much more vibrant look for sure. On white, do they still work? They do, they just look a whole lot different. So my gold. My blue. My purple. My red, and my green. So does this mean you can't use them on white or on a lighter color? No, you just have to know that there's going to be a definite difference in how they look. I mean, there's definitely a difference. Blue down there. So again, can't buy one pin at a time. We've already rubber band all of them. No undoing the rubber bands. So not selling one at a time. You have to pop the whole $4.99 to get all 5. They make a great gift because again, they have a value of $20. Honestly, you would go in and you would spend over $4 for this pin anywhere else. So if you need stocking stuffers or things for tweens, I'm telling you, tweens love these. The 9 to 14-year-olds, they go crazy for these. Even the boys because of anime. So just saying, great gift for $5. You can't go wrong. Now the next thing I want to talk about is the Marvy LePlume pins. These are LePlume 2s, and these are the water-based or dye-based ink pens that we've decided to continue to go forward with. So we had our Crafters Companions and they discontinued them and we had to say goodbye to them. And then I was looking at the Marabous and I was looking at LePlumes and a few others, and this is the company that we chose to go with. We only have selected 24 colors. We have made our own little palette, and in fact, it's going to come in this little case for you. It's got the little front to it, and that's how we're gonna sell them. We do have them open stock, but only 24 colors. We're not gonna carry all 100 and, I don't know, 8 colors. Too much, too many. I can make everything happen with my 24 colors. And I like the little carrying case that they give you. Now you're not gonna find that carrying case, and that's not how they typically come. No, Marvy Uchida is doing this for us. So these are a little different than what we're used to. Let's bring over our white piece of paper. These are a dye-based ink. They are water soluble, so you can palette paint with them, but we are typically used to A dual tip being a brush tip and then a bullet tip. That's normal for us. There's usually a bullet nib and a brush tip nib. And with these pens, they're a little different. And I think that might be one of the reasons why I went with them, because I like the other side of the pen. Gosh, they're just everywhere. Hello. I should have left them in. Okay, so we have our typical brush tip. So same with Tombows and all sorts of brush tip markers, where we can do a very fat line or we can do a very skinny line. Really up to us. We've got that and anything in between. I can palette paint with these and scribble it onto a non-porous material, add some water and pick up a paintbrush and paint with them. They are not alcohol based. So they don't bleed through. They are not an alcohol based marker. And what that means to you is that when you do one coat, there's your color. You do see kind of the striations in there where you wouldn't with an alcohol ink marker. But when you come back with a second coat, it will darken that color up where an alcohol ink marker will not. So now I've got two colors. And if I came back and colored on top of it again, I would darken it up one more time. So now I've got three colors going on. That's different than an alcohol-based marker. An alcohol-based marker is going to give you the same color all the way through, no matter how many times you color over the top of it. Alcohol markers are beautiful. They do take a little practice to use, and I wanted to use something very easy peasy for today. So there's some color, and then I can come back and lay down a second coat of color, and it's going to darken it up, and then I can come back and I can lay down a third color, and it's going to darken it up. So I've got three different colors going on all out of one marker, and it does not bleed through the back. So they're very, very nice. And this is your brush tip you get with just about everybody else. I mean, they all have beautiful brush nibs. My paper is not fuzzy, because that's a thing, but there's no fuzzy going on. Let's see if I came back. Now that it's dry, I add even another coat. And now look at how the three colors are different, but it still is just one pin. It depends upon the saturation. And because it's a dye-based ink, it's absorbing into that paper. The second nib that we have is, gosh, it's a fine tip nib. Green. I mean, it's a super fine tip nib. Look at how fine that is. And I think the reason why I had never seen a pen have this super fine nib on one side and a brush nib on the other. Never had seen a pen that did that. And I think that when I realized, oh my gosh, that's an oops pin on this side. Because normally you've got a bullet tip, and a bullet tip is much fatter. It's not as big as a brush tip, but it's much bigger than this fine line. This fine liner can go in there and fix mistakes without anybody even knowing about it. And it's the same ink, it's on the same pen. So if we did, there's one color, and then I can come back and darken it up. Now I've got two colors. I'm gonna let that dry for a minute, and then I'll come back and do a third color. I like options. Options work for me, and that's what these give you, options. And they're affordable. That was an important factor for me. So I worked with Marvy Uchida to get these pins down to a price point that is holy smokes artichokes. So now I've got two colors. Actually, I don't know if you can see this in the camera, but there's three colors there, but that might be hard to see. And then red. And now I can do my third here. And blue. So the blue, you can see it's a little easier to see the third color. Can you, I don't know if you can see 1, 2, and then up here 3. So these are LePlume 2s. They've been around for years and years and years and years and years. They're by Marvy Uchida. They're a quality marker. They're affordable, which is important to me. And they do what they say they're going to do. They're not an alcohol-based marker. They're very, very easy to color with. And that's where we're going to start today. We're going to color with these. I'm not going to palette paint. I'm just going to color and keep it super simple. So we'll do maybe one from each set. I'm going to take out, I love the pumpkins. So you've got the mailbox with the pumpkins for fall. You've got the pumpkin suite here, 2 little icons. And then you've got happy fall to one and all, and may the colors of the season bring you joy and happiness. So all on one set. Our I Want It All buy is all 3 sets. And then we are adding in our diamond glitter to go with them. But we'll talk about that later. So let's start with the pumpkins. So these are a rubber stamp. They're deeply etched. Northwoods Stamps is made by the exact same company that makes Stampers Anonymous. So if you love Tim Holtz Stampers Anonymous, well, you're going to really love Northwoods. Exact same company. Northwoods is also made by the same company that makes our Verses stamp sets, or Darcy's stamp sets, or Inky Antics stamp sets. These are all done by Art Gone Wild and Friends. So the friends would be Stampers Anonymous and Northwoods and Verses and Darcy's. I love that they give you a full color sheet, because this is a wonderful guide for you to use if you are not familiar with coloring, if you're just starting. This kind of gives you a reference to go by. And I'm going to take this one. So these are a rubber stamp. They are not indexed on this side. You could get them indexed if you wanted to stamp. You'd have to stamp and then put the stays on here. I don't bother to index. I'm fine. I know what I'm stamping and I'm good to go. Very pliable, but you do need a block of some kind. So I've got my very dirty but much loved Couture Creations block set. I do think we are sold out of these. There's 5 blocks. They were really inexpensive. I want to say maybe $15 for the whole set. If you happen to have a die cutting machine, you could even use a set of your cutting plates and it'll hold. All this is a piece of acrylic. You just need something that's non-porous and has a kind of a gloss to it that will, this is not sticky, this is sticking by cling. It's almost like the static cling from vinyl in your windows when you were a kid, or when your kids put up pretty little decorations in the window. If for any reason it stops clinging, that usually means that you have oils on your hand here, or your block needs to be cleaned. And to do that, you can either use a baby wipe. Oh, my block is so dirty. Shame. You can use a baby wipe. You can wash these with Dawn dishwashing detergent, something easy and soft, non-abrasive. But because it is a rubber stamp, they are hardy and they're a hard worker. Once everything's dry, you put it right back down, and when it didn't cling before, it clings now. Embossing powder gets on there, Versamark gets on there. And when you're done, you just peel it off. So stamps are meant to be used again and again and again and again and again. Once you buy them, if you take care of them, you'll have stamps forever and ever. So this is a gush mat. I have good news. Our gush mats, I believe we're going to have gush mats coming maybe by the end of the year. I'm hoping that our gush mats are coming back, and our tweezers are definitely coming back. Maybe by November I'll have my tweezers. So I'm going to ink this up, and I need to use an ink that will not move with the marker. So something that's not going to smear. Reactive ink, like a Tim Holtz Distress ink, or anything that moves with water is going to could smear. So you want to pick an ink that that works well with Copic markers or Couture Creations or Spectrum Noir alcohol markers. We like our color pad. It's by Jacquard. They have the re-inker. It's a wonderful, wonderful ink. Jacquard bought Clear Snaps and is now manufacturing all of the inks, and I can't wait to show you colors that I hope to have soon. I can't wait. The colors are just so beautiful. So you need an ink that isn't going to move once you start adding all the colors of your marker, or you palette paint. You don't want to have black everywhere. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to ink my stamp up. Now this is the first time I'm stamping with this one. It's a brand new stamp. It's possible that I might need to stamp off, and you're like, stamp off, what does that mean? Well, sometimes there's a residue left on your stamp after the manufacturing process. You can either wipe it down with your hand or an eraser, or just wash it with some Dawn or some Palmolive, or you can stamp off, where you stamp once and see what we get. Oh, we got a great image. I got a really good image. So there's the first stamp off of this set, and that's a pretty darn good image. Let me see if I do it again, if I get it any darker, because every time I stamp, my stamp is getting better and better and better. Stamps like to be used. They're like a fine copper kettle or a copper pot where they light. The more you use it, the better it is. Or cast iron, it's a cast iron pot. The more you use it, the better it is. And that's how your stamps are as well. The more you use them, the better they behave. Embossing folders are like that as well. No, still about the same. Great stamp from the start. Looks pretty good, right? So now I want to go in and I'm going to color. And coloring should be simple. It should be easy. You shouldn't feel stress about coloring. So I'm going to try and keep this pretty stress-free. I've pulled a couple colors out of my LePlume 2 pens, and these are made in Japan. They're a beautiful ink. I've got my Butterscotch number 83, and I've got my number 43 Brilliant Yellow. I'm going to go ahead and I think I'll do this one first. I think I'm going to take the darker. Let me come on down just a little bit. And I'm going to go in, and where I see the lines, the black lines, and where I see the hashes, that tells me that's where the shadows are going to go. See where the hashes are? They've already determined what's supposed to be shadowed by how they etched the stamp. So I'm not going to try and reinvent the wheel. I'm going to follow what the designer of the stamp already had in mind. So I'm going to take my orange, and I'm just going to come straight up and maybe add a little bit there and add a little bit down here. And I'm just going on top of those black lines. And where there's the hash marks, I'm just adding my orange. So you can see where those hash lines are, I added a little bit more orange than where they aren't. And my black lines almost fade away. They almost disappear. Now I can come back in, and I'm going to color a little bit. And just add some more of my orange in there. And I'm going to leave some room for another color. So I'm not doing anything special with the exception of coloring inside the lines. So can you see I've left some room for another color? Now these are not alcohol ink markers, so they don't typically blend like an alcohol ink marker, but they do a beautiful job. I'm going to come in here with my lighter color, and I'm just going to add it right on in. Anywhere that I left white space, I'm just going to add a little bit of my yellow. I could come back with that orange again. And down here at the bottom, maybe make it a little bit darker, because remember, every time I add a layer, it darkens it up. Just wick that in at the bottom, and then I can come back with my top color. Okay, so I've got one pumpkin done. Bam, 2 colors, finished. Let's do my next pumpkin. And I'm just gonna wash, rinse, and repeat. So I've got those hash marks. Can you see all those hash marks coming down on my pumpkin? That's where I'm going to put my darker orange, and I'm going to kind of scribble it out so it covers all those hash marks. Because those hash marks are saying, hey, I'm supposed to be darker. I'm a shadow. So I've done my hash marks. Now I'm going to come in and color in. And I'm going to leave room for my other color. So I've left quite a bit of white space. And I'm going to grab my second color, and in we go. And anywhere I see white, I'm going to fill it in. And I'm going right over the top of some of my orange. And then if I want, and I have a little more there. I can come back and add a little bit orange towards the bottom, just to darken that up, because every time I darken it up towards the bottom, it makes that top look that much lighter. It makes that highlight of that secondary yellow that much lighter. Okay, second pumpkin's done. So I'm not doing anything that's difficult. I'm not doing anything that you can't do. People will look at Northwoods Stamps and go, I could never color that. But you are coloring it. Look at how simple it is. I see the hash marks. I'm coming right up on those hash marks. See the little shading? My ink is not smearing. I'm doing this upside down. Let's see, there's lots of shading on the bottom one. Anywhere I see where they've put some shading, I'm gonna follow suit. Turn this back and make sure I think I'm good to go. Okay. So now I've got those two done. Now I can come back and add a little bit of my color again and just fill in between the lines. Always leaving some room for that secondary color, unless you just want a solid orange pumpkin. Come back in with my secondary color. And all the white space I see, even if it's way down there, way down here, I'm adding a little bit of yellow. I'm not adding water. I'm not using alcohol ink. And then a little bit more orange towards the bottom, because that weights it down. It pulls your eye. It makes your eye see the difference in the saturation and the color. It adds that depth perception that is what you are trying to achieve, especially when you're using alcohol markers. You're trying to achieve that depth perception of the highlight, the midtone, and the shadow. Well, what if we just do it with our LePlumes? Not saying that there's the only marker that you can do this with. If you have a dual tip marker, give it a try. What do we think so far? Are we getting there? And this one, I think I'm just going to come in. I'm going to do the majority of this one in the light yellow first. I've already done the hash marks. So now I'm just coming in and filling in. And then maybe just a little bit of the dark orange towards the bottom. And on those hash marks. I'm going to turn it this way so I can see what I'm doing. And again, my paper isn't all mealy. Feels fine. And I have got 4 nice looking pumpkins. That did not take me long to do. And I only used 2 pins so far. But now we've got our leaves to do. So I'm going to come in and I'm just going to color them on in. I'm going to try and do them in one take so that it is, I haven't gone over the same place again and again, because what am I going to do? Once I do all my leaves, I can come back with the same color and add some shadow by laying down another layer of color. So I really just want to get in here and add some color. I'm not going to go back over it again and again and again. I'll do that once it dries. Oh, I missed part of my pumpkin. Hello, pumpkin. Okay, better. I'm like, I missed a whole area. So again, I'm not going back over it and back over it. I'm going to wait until it dries. And when I mean dry, it's a water-based, dye-based ink, so it's absorbing into my paper pretty darn quick. And all I have to do is stay within the lines. And even then, I didn't do an exact great job on that either, but the stamp has got so much etching that there's not anybody who would notice if you accidentally went over your lines. Okay, so now I've got some green going on, but I've got these very fine tendrils, these little curlicues, tiny little curlicues, that my pen, my brush tip, might be a little bit too big to fit in. But you know what isn't too big? My fine tip. It can go right in here, and anywhere I've got a little tendril, a little curlicue, I can stay within the lines because the fine tip is just that. It is fine. It lets me go back in, and anywhere I want to add a little bit more green where it's kind of a little tight next to The orange, I can go back in with my green and just fix. So nice, so easy to do. I've never had a fine tip marker before. I think I like it. Got a little curly Q down here. And then I might just add a little bit of green towards the bottom. Where the hash marks are. And now if I want, I can come back and add a little bit more of the same green to my leaves and just darken them up to give them a little shadow. The color's going to match because it's the same color. We're just making that saturation a little bit more so that my leaves have got some definition to them. So here I just did half the leaf. And then I can color it across so it kind of blends. And again, you may have tombos. You may have the Crafter's Companion that we carried. Pull them out and try. Because all of a sudden you then have something that has got shading and shadow and definition that you hadn't thought of before. These are so easy to do. Really, they are. And then you decide where to go after that. So took my marker, zoop, zoop. Anywhere I see a hash, so I've outlined. Now I go in, add a little color, leave a little space. This one I left a lot of space. Bring in my yellow. Any place I see white, I'm going to color it with my yellow. I'm not being overly careful. The only thing I'm trying to do is stay within the lines. And now I can come back with my darker and really darken up that bottom. Heck, I could even come in, ooh, this is gonna be, well, I could even come in with a red. And really darken up that bottom. You can do this. It is just that simple. It's just that simple. That's a very, that's a very bold pumpkin. I like it. But that's a very bold pumpkin. And I used very few markers. You always start with your hashes. Oh, that's my red. Well, and I'm just kind of scribbling. Do not think that I am any kind of formal colorist, because I am not. I'm a scribbler. I believe in the method of scribble, scribble, scribble. I want to add a little bit of color in there. I left a lot of negative space for my yellow. So if you've ever done a coloring book, even if it was all the way back in elementary school, you can do this. So there I am. I'm going to take a little bit of that red. This looks like orange, but it's not. What color is it? It's vermilion. I'm going to put a little bit of that vermilion. Just so my pumpkin kind of matches. Pretty. And in no time at all, you are an artist. You really are an artist. You created this. You did this with, this one was done with 2 markers and a green, 3 markers. And you sit there, and I promise you, you do it a few times. You stamp a few with no expectation of anything, and then do it. And then walk away from it. Because if you sit in there and you go, well, this isn't exactly the way I want it to be, walk away from it. Because when you come back, you see it completely different. And you're like, huh, that doesn't look so bad after all. Pumpkins aren't supposed to be perfect. And if you really want to, you come back in and you add a little color. But I believe in walking away. If you are about ready to throw it away, stop. Let it just be. Or finish it. And then decide, yeah, no, even then, finish it. And give it to somebody, because they're going to think it's amazing. So we started with the pumpkins. Let's move. Oh, but what if we wanted to add? Hello, glitter. What if I wanted to add a little sparkle and shine? Hello, pretty. So now I'm adding just a little bit of sparkle and shine. Not too much glitter. I'm not coloring it in with glitter. If I color it in with glitter, it's going to cover the whole thing and you're not going to be able to see any of the color behind it. But if I just kind of dab it on and move it around, I get beautiful. So this is where these markers come in handy on white paper, because the solvent that's in them dries perfectly clear. And then I've got a little bit of something happening. Not too much. I mean, I definitely could add more. I mean, I could really go in there and really color it, but I don't want to cover up the color. I want it to stay, I want that glitter to stay like a translucent, transparent, so you don't lose the color underneath. So I'm just going on the hashes. That tells me that should be the darker part of the pumpkin. Come back in here. Color everything in the yellow that's white. Maybe add just a touch of that little red, since I've got red going on with the rest of them. Just a little touch of that red. You see, when I say a little touch, I mean a little touch. It's right over here. I just added a little bit of that red. Come back in. And then maybe add some of my glitter. Dot, 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 and then I'm just going to smear it. Yeah, and I've got a little bit of a sparkle, a wink of glitter, I suppose. If you have a wink of Stella, you may be able to do something very similar, but not for $4.99 for 5 pens. Pretty. I like the little sparkly going on because it's not too much. You decide which way you like it better. I do want to finish this one, but we have to move on if I want to do one from each. Okay, I'm gonna put that aside. I like that one. We're gonna make a sample with that. So that was the pumpkin. How about we move to the Christmas? Let me back it up just a little bit. So this one says, Happy Holidays, wishing you all the best this holiday season and in the year to come. You've got your beautiful little poinsettia basket, you've got your bells, and then you've got coordinating icons to go with. And with their stamps, it's important to know the sizing. What you see here is not what you get. This is that stamp. Look at the difference in the sizing. So when you're out looking at Northwoods, what you see on the front, if you love what you see, turn it around so you see the actual size. Here's the little bell. There's a big difference in the size. That way you know what you're getting and you understand the price point. You understand why they are the way they are. Maybe do the bells. We'll see. All right, so let me bring my block over. And a piece of paper. And my ink. And you saw that my ink didn't smear at all. And let's give it a stamp and see what we get. So I'm pushing into my gush pad, and that's why I have a gush pad. When you're stamping on a hard surface, the paper has nothing to sink into. So if the stamp doesn't make good contact with it, you're not going to get a good image. So Doris originally had stamp pads, and they were very inexpensive, but then Doris went out of business. So we did, oh, see, that's beautiful. We did a gush pad, and it allows your stamp to make better contact with the paper. Now, if you have a stamp positioner, you're going to be able to go over it again and again if you've missed a spot. Absolutely. But if you don't have a stamp positioner, well, a gush pad is nice. Yes, we will have them back. I certainly hope so. And the one I'm using is half the size, so it's really like an 8.5 by 11, and I cut this one in half. So I want to give nice all over pressure. I can feel it sinking in, making good contact with the paper because I'm not against something hard. There's no give in the hard. And up, there we go, beautiful. Oh my gosh, these stamps are gorgeous. So there are my two images. Give it a second to dry for that ink to get in there. And what color do I want to do? Bells. Should I start with a light yellow or that medium yellow? What if I go medium yellow on all the hashes? So anywhere there's a hash, I'm adding that darker kind of medium yellow because that's the designer of the stamp saying, hey, I want it to look shadowed under here. Okay, so I've got all my hashes done. Now I might come back and maybe add a little bit more. And I've left a little bit of a highlight. And now with I'm nervous about this yellow because it's a happy yellow, but we're gonna go for it anyway. It's a happy yellow. Let's go back. Let's darken this up a little bit. And go back and darken this up a little bit. And I think we're starting to get there. I think we're starting to get there. Come back in and maybe even a little darker. All right, I'm going to let that dry and see what we get. And I'm going to do this one over here. Let's see what we can do over here. And I'm just leaving space for some highlight. Let me go in a little bit more. Just leaving some space for some highlight. 2 colors so far. Two colors. Okay. 2 bells. Let's keep going. Let's do this one. And I need to leave some room. And I'm just going to make it work. Doesn't have to be more than this. This is enough. I forgot to do my underneath. And I just toggle between the 2 colors until I'm happy. Or I tell myself to stop, which I think is where I'm at right now. Stop. I think I'm going to leave those alone for a little bit and come in and color some of the rest of it. So let's see, what color do I have here? And here. So if I come in and I just do my bow in red, And I want to just try and do one layer of ink. So if I miss a little space, I'm going to be okay with that because I want to come back. So if I miss a little space, I'm going to be okay with that. I want to come back and do now the outsides and try to get that darker. Just by adding more color. I'm trying to change the saturation. And I'm going to give it a second to dry. And then I'll come back in and I'll add even more color. And I can do my little ribbon. And I've got a ribbon over here. And it's starting to look like something. Come back in, add more color. And I'm working on 80-pound paper right now. 80-pound paper. And all of my little, well, let's do some leaves. So I'm on my 4th color. And the same thing with my leaves. I'm not trying to go back and forth over it because I will come back and add some more color to it. To darken it up. And I'm not spending a lot of time worrying about if there's little white spaces left or not. I want to get my first coat down. And then come back. My bells are really starting to look like something. Okay. So they're really starting to look like something. And I haven't done anything special. Let's go back to my red. Red? Pink? No. Stick with what you know. Red. And I can just fill my little holly berries in. And I'm using the brush tip, but I'm not using it as a wide pen. I'm using it more upright so that point is being used, but I'm not pushing down hard. You don't want to take that point, that beautiful tip on your nib, and crush it. So when you are going more upright than sideways, you want to be a little ginger. Let the ink do the work, not you. Oh, I missed a holly leaf. So I missed a holly leaf right here. Okay. Are we getting there? What do we think? And now I can come back and I can darken up some of my green by just using that same green pen and just adding a little bit of shadow. To some of my holly leaves. And of course it's going to match. It's the same ink. Of course it's going to match. It's the same ink. I'm just able to darken them up just by going over the top and changing the saturation. So now I've got some highs and some lows on those leaves. Those bells are looking pretty good, I think. I can come back in with my red again and maybe do a little bit more. So now I can see the difference in my red, even though it's the same ink. And then the last thing I have is the little, what do they call those in the middle of the bell? All right. Oh, what do I want to do? I want to put just a dot of red. Just light, 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 light. Okay. Okay. So I used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 markers. Easy peasy. You can do this. You saw me do it. It literally was scribble, scribble, scribble. Scribble, scribble, scribble. And where I thought the bells were like, yeah, I don't know if I like the bells the way I did them, I finished. I didn't get discouraged because I thought maybe they'll be too orange. I let it be. And I experimented. I thought this was going to be too sunshine yellow. And I like yellow. I'm a yellow girl. I'm like, I don't know about that yellow. But by the time I finished, what looked like that ended up looking like this. If somebody gave me something that looked like that, I would have never guessed it took them 5 markers. And really, the fifth marker was just for the little dumbbell inside the bell, whatever they call that thing. But what if we added, ooh, what if I wanted a little sparkle and shine on my bow? Oh yeah, a little sparkle and shine. And I could do a little bit on my ribbon. Yeah, a little sparkle and shine. Never hurt anything. A little sparkle and shine on my bow. Now I could add more glitter so that it really looks glittery, but I'm trying to preserve the bow and the color. What do we think? So now we've done 2. Pumpkins with a little shimmer and shine. Bells with our little shimmer and shine on our bow. Just a little bit of our just glitter because the solvent that's in it, it dries clear. Yay. All right, 2 down, 1 to go. Let's see, what do we want to do out of the hello, where's my, there it is. What do we want to do out of our winter set? I'll do the pathway, the winter set, so pretty. So another piece of paper. Oh, just by the hair of my chinny chin chin, but that's all I needed it to be by. Ink it up. And let's go here. Yes. One, two, three, A, B, C, and let's see what we get off of first stamp. Oh, yum. And then let's do it again. So I have 2 to play with. You gotta love Arc on Wild and Friends. I don't think most people know that that's the manufacturer, not a brand. The brands that they make are Stampers Anonymous, are Northwoods, are Darcy's, and Inky Antics, and Versus. They do all of those. Done. ABC 1, 2, 3. All right, let's play with this one, shall we? Let me go back just a little bit. And this one is all about the snow. So there's even less to do on this one. I'm gonna pick out a gray and make sure that I like my color. Yeah, that's a nice soft gray. And I'm gonna go ahead and anywhere I see the little snow hill, the little snow mounds, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put some gray right over the top of that. So all my little snow mounds, anywhere I see a line that would be for snow, I'm going to add just a little bit of gray. Kind of right over the top of it. And what that's going to do is help kind of give some shadow and some shading to it. So just a little bit of gray, not much. And then I might even come back in with a lighter gray. Yep. And I might just put that right over the top and down. So almost like it's going to fade away. I'm just going to add a little bit of that lighter gray on the bottom of mine. And now my snow doesn't just look, so here, kind of flat, here, a little more dimension. That's really all it takes. I can do my road. So let's take that darker gray and kind of zigzag it wherever those lines kind of zigzag. And I'm just going right over the top of the lines that have been stamped. And then I come back with that lighter gray and just kind of just so you've got a little bit of a hint of color going on. Just a little hint of color on that snow. Okay, now I can come in with my green. Which green? That's a good green. And that's a good green. Well, maybe I do a few trees in each. So I'm not going to necessarily color everything on my tree. I want it to have a little snowy effect. That means I'm going to stay towards the bottoms of each of those branches. I'm going to stay towards the bottom, leaving that negative space. And again, this is a good place where sometimes the fine tip may be a better friend for you than the brush tip, because these trees are so fine and detailed. And I do want to stay within the lines. But I want it to look like they're a little snowy. And the best way to do that is to leave a little bit of white space. Now I did that whole tree with this fine tip. It was easier to do with the fine tip than with the brush tip because the tree is small and it's detailed. And if I need to darken up that color, I can. I just come back with my fine tip like I've done before. The ink is the same whether you're using it from the fine tip end or the brush tip. So if I want that green to be a little darker, I come back over what I've already done. Can you see that my bottom two are darker than the bottom two are darker than the top? And I'm using a fine tip. Excuse me. The fine tip is a pretty awesome little feature when you have to get into the fine little nooks and crannies to color. It's a pretty cool little feature. And I can go in and just start coloring with my fine tip and leaving a little bit of snow. So let's go do another one. Let's do this one. So I'm going to color towards the bottom of each of the layers of branches. And I'm not going to worry if I don't have it dark enough, because I can go back in. But with my brush tip, this would be very hard to do. So I've started. And now I can come back in and add another layer of my ink to darken it up. It's always easy to start out with a lighter color, go softer, and then darken it up as you need. Once you've put a color that's too dark, you gotta start over. It's always easier to add than to take away. Now I might try the darker pen. Let's try the darker green. People look at Northwoods all the time and they'll see the samples in the store and they love the samples. But they're like, I can't color that. And I'm like, of course you can. It's not nearly as hard as you think. I'm not doing any blending. I'm not even palette painting. Okay, so I'm gonna leave that one green. I might come back to that and add a little bit more, but let's just keep going. So I think I will do this one in this color green. And I'm just kind of following along. I'm not being exact by any means. I'm just trying to add some color in layers going up. So a little bit of color, a little bit of white, a little bit of color, a little bit of white. So I get that effect of snow. A little bit of color, a little bit of white. Now I'll come back here to this one and darken this one up maybe just a little bit of color, a little bit of white. And I really am just kind of scribbling in there. But the effect is beautiful. And it's easy. And it looks like you spent hours coloring these when really you just went scribble, scribble, scribble. Now on the bigger one, I probably can come in here with my larger brush. I'm just kind of following along. And leaving some white. Gosh, maybe that's not a road. Maybe that's a pond. I guess I could have made that like a little stream. Okay. I think we're getting there. So my next tree. And maybe I do. Oh, see that one I think I'm gonna need. This one in the back, I think I'm gonna need that fine tip to get it done. Now if I just wanted to color it all green, I could do it with my brush tip without any problem. But I want to leave a little bit of snow area. And really all I'm doing is coloring across and then skipping some space. So it looks like it's like snow, just a little snow-kissed. And then for this last one, I'll do the dark green. Which again is so much easier with their fine tip. I could come in and add some of that dark green even to this one. Kind of have it a combo. They really are just so simple and so easy to do. And you do them in front of the TV, you do them with your friends. Come back and add some of the lighter green into this one. And maybe kind of where the little sprigs are. Where the little sprigs are, I'm just going to go right over the top of them. Yeah, I think that's good. And then the trees. What color do I want for the trees? I come in here. That's too much of an olive. Ooh. Well, I guess I started, so I'm gonna have to finish. But I think I'll do it with the fine point, so it's not quite as intense. Try. I have an olive green tree. Okay, not happy with my trees, but I'm going for them. And where they're too small for me to color in, see, like this one right here is very small, but it's perfect. These are all perfect with that fine tip. They get exactly where I need them to go without going outside the lines. All right, yay. So from this to this, and I used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pens. I used 5 pens. And I didn't blend, and I didn't palette paint, I just colored. And then if we wanted to, we could take the green. Be gentle, Stacy. And put a little bit of the green glitter on some of our trees. Oh, yay! Just a little bit of green glitter. Not on all of them, on some of them. Just to add a little pop of something, right? A little bit of green glitter. And for the snow, for the snow, I could always go back in and grab these. These are from Ozzy Andrew, Couture Creations. They're these little alcohol ink things, but I'm going to use them with some glue. And I could just draw on a little bit of glue, and this is just stay put glue. So any glue that dries clear should work. I'm hoping that my ink was dry enough for this, but we're just going to give it a whirl and see what happens. So I'm going to take the Simply Sparkle, which is a translucent, transparent glitter. And if my glue is still wet, so I'm not using the Essentials glue pad for this because I just want it to be glued down. I'm not worried about kind of rubbing it with my finger. Oh, yay! Can you see it? It's not glitter. It's glitter. It's pretty. Okay, so I can come back in because I like it and add some more. And wherever that glue is, so I'm not waiting for it to get tacky. I'm just going for it because I'm using such a little amount that I'm just absolutely going for it. And when I drizzle it on, I drizzle almost nothing. Yeah, I don't have to wait for it to go tacky because I'm not using that glue. I'm using such a little amount of glue that it just doesn't even make a difference. It dries so fast. And then I've got a little bit of sparkle and shine. Ooh, sparkle and shine. What if we came back here and we went in on these and maybe just added a little bit. Maybe just a little bit of glitter. Here and there. Let's see. I'm tapping very little. Can you see it? So it's a subtle, it's subtle. I've got it on several of my holly leaves. So it just kind of winks at you. It's not in your face. For people who say, oh, I don't make cards with glitter. My friends don't like glitter. Or I love glitter, but my friends don't like glitter. This is a way to kind of give you the best of both. It's so subtle and so soft that it winks versus says, oh, I used a lot of glitter. It gives you a little bit of what you love, because you are the creator after all. All while respecting the taste of your friends. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. Just a little here, just a little there. Nobody's ever gonna know. Just use an all-purpose glue that dries clear, and really you want something micro fine. So my glitters are micro fine, micro fine. And I have two of them. I have the glitter that's not glitter, so it is a pure white with no iridescence in it at all. We have very little of this left, and when it is gone, it is gone. I want to say we have less than 20 jars. And then here, I have enough to be able to do with the I Want It All. We're giving the sparkly one away because it's sparkle without sparkle. You know, so if you like to use the glitter pens to get the job done, that's one way. Or you can use the iridescent, the diamond glitter, the Simply Defined, and that's another way. These came out so pretty. See, now that it's all dry, it's just got that little bit of iridescence going on. And then we started all the way back here on our pumpkins. All the way back here on our pumpkins. These are Northwoods stamps. They're easy to do. They don't take a lot to color. You don't have to be an expert colorer. It's all about the scribble, scribble, scribble. I started here, but when I finished it, it looks amazing. You may not like that there. Don't stop. Keep moving. Don't give up. Don't quit. Keep going. Follow the shadings. Follow the shadings. They've done the work for you. Leave yourself a little bit of room for a highlight. Come back in and work between the colors until you are happy. And even if you're not happy, don't stop. Do the whole thing. So it takes you 15 minutes to color this in. It probably doesn't even take 15 minutes once you get started. And let it become something fabulous. Northwoods makes it easy. They make you look like an absolute rock star. And the opportunities are endless because they have so many beautiful stamps. We have all of their stamps that we have in stock. Everything we have in stock is on sale. And then the 3 new ones that we have for you today, those are the ones that are part of the we have them open stock or I Want It All. It's up to you. Whatever makes your heart happy, or maybe you already have Northwoods and you're like, gosh, I never thought to just try with markers. I love the shimmer on that with the gold. Doesn't have to be anything more. You can do this. You can. I promise you. Even if this is the first time. All I did was put green, green, white, green, white, green, white, all the way up the tree. Didn't even care if I was close to where the branches were. Green, white, green, white. So, you're like, wait, what, already? Yes, I know, but I have to be with my family today, and it's important that I take the time to do that. So, what did we do? Well, we started all the way back here. Ooh, pretty. I'm glad I did the second gold because the gold looks better over here. Pretty. $5, $4.99. I think, is it $4.99, $5.99, whatever it is. It's one of the two. For the pens. Maybe it's $5.99. Retails for a little over $20 for all 5 of them. And we've got them for a Holy Smokes Artichokes price. I just don't know what that price is. And I wanted to show you the difference between a light paper and a dark paper, but then I wanted to show you what happens when you don't use them as a full marker and you go ahead and you just kind of smear them on to add that little bit of glint and glisten. So we started with those. Then we moved over to our Marvy markers. And we played with those where you can get more than one color because of the saturation. So this isn't 3 different markers, this is 1 marker. And that's how they're different than an alcohol-based marker. Now you're gonna see the striations, yes, but how often are you gonna color like that? But you are able to get multiple shades because of the different saturations of ink in the paper. That's different than an alcohol-based marker. An alcohol-based marker is going to be the same consistent color all the time, all the way through. And that was the red that I used to do this bow. And you can see that I was able to get a highlight and a mid-tone and a shadow all out of the same marker. So we played with those. And we talked about the difference. I mean, they do absolutely have the brush tip, but then they have the fine tip. And that fine tip is your oops pin. It's your opportunity to go in and fix itty bitty little mistakes that are just driving you crazy, or to work in very detailed areas. Love the fine tip. Didn't even know they existed until I got these markers to play with. So we played with the Marvy LePlumes and the stamps. And that's what we have for you today. We have the stamps, the 3 different sets. Let me back this up. Why am I trying to fight this? Let me back this up. We have the 3 different stamps. If you do the I Want It All, it comes with a jar of glitter. Add some glue and you've made magic. We've got the pens, the glitter pens on a Holy Smokes Artichokes buy. We've got just a few bottles of the glitter without glitter. It is a pure white, non-iridescent glitter. And we've got the LePlumes. There's 24 in here. We put the palette together. Comes in this cute little carrying case. Thanks to Marvy Uchida, they've packaged them for us. They've done all the labeling for us. This is a special thing. I mean, nobody else has this. I mean, thanks to Lawrence and everybody there. Amazing that they did this for us so that I could have a marker in my YouTube room all the time. We had the Crafter's Companion. They discontinued them. We started again, and we have them for a Holy Smoked Artichoke price. And if you just want 1 or 2, we have them open stock as well. You don't have to get the bundle. No, you can collect them. These are the 24 colors. I might add 1 more brown. Yeah, I might add 1 more. But these are the 24 colors that are in the case, and you pick the ones that make your heart happy, buy those, collect them as you can. I want to say they retail for $2.70, and I think that's about right. And I think we have them for $2.30 each or something along that lines. They are not refillable. Nope, when they're done, they're done. So you decide if you've got markers that are going to work. If not, at least now we have something that is a quality made product that we have on hand all the time, that is dependable, reliable, and by a company that I know and trust. Important to me. They're also the ones who make the glitter, just so you know. All right, are we ready to see samples? I think so. Okay, let me pull these over. All right, so did they put one in here? Yeah. So we've got here, and then there. So I showed this one in the beginning, and I showed this one in the beginning. Isn't that so cute? And then, hello. Gosh, I didn't do that to mine. I should have gone. I should have gone. You're like, are you really going to do that now? Yeah, kind of. And then kind of keep it light, and then come back in and do what they did. Go really dark. Like, really? You're going to do that right now? I am. I really am going to do that right now. There. Okay. Pretty. Isn't that beautiful? Look at this sparkle. See, and they left a lot of space. They did almost all of it they left a lot of negative space. They went along the lines and then came back and did a lot of negative space. Here we've got the bells. And here the bells are all one color. And how they made them a little pop is by adding that touch of glitter. Can you see the touch of glitter? But those bells are just one color. And then we have here. So there's the icon. And then there's the full size. I know, right? There's the poinsettia icon. And then there's the full size. It's amazing what you can do with markers. And I didn't blend. Oh, this is so gorgeous. Are you ready? I mean, this is just absolutely beautiful. I didn't do this one. I should have done that one. I can't do them all. But, well, if I had full time, I would. If this was going to be a full-length YouTube, I absolutely would have. Is this not absolutely gorgeous? So Northwoods did quite a few of these samples. So I want to make sure I'm going in the right order. Okay, so then here we have Happy Holidays. Yes, I have it right. Happy Holidays. And then the sentiment on the inside. They did such a beautiful job. And I love this one. It's the mailbox with the pumpkins. Look at how cute is this. Love this one. Kept simple and easy. Just markers. And we have a pink poinsettia. And the sentiment. And we have snow. I want to see if there, yep, there's a sentiment in there. We've got snow going on. I love this one, maybe because the trees are bigger. So pretty. And then our pumpkins again. Oh, how darling is this? And you saw how easy it was for me to color them. Sentiment on the inside, Happy Holidays. Warm winter wishes. don't know if it opens. Oh, it does. Okay. Oh, it sure does. Look at how cute with the snowflakes. So it is a road. I think you can make it a stream too. And look at how clever. They left them white and just did them like little birch trees. I should have thought of that. Gosh darn it. Okay, I got one more grouping of them. So the bells. Okay, now I like this one best. I thought I liked the one with the little cabin, but now I do think I like this one. I am such a sucker for these stamps. I really am. Did she have, no, okay. Like, did she, okay, are you ready? Right? Beautiful. Easy. But definitely makes a statement. Bam. It's just a trifold card that's been matted a million times. I love that it's got like 5 mats on it. It makes my heart happy. I love matting. Maybe that's why I freehand so much, because I love to mat, but I don't like a trimmer. And I probably got good at freehanding because I mat so much. So Northwoods and the SMS girls did these samples, and they did a beautiful job. And now you see just how easy it can be. Oh, surprise, nothing in there. Don't look. Look at how pretty is that. And then this one, oh, look at the little icon bell. Uh-huh. Don't you love interactive? And then our last one. All right, you guys. I know it was a little short. I know you forgive me for that. I had a great time. I tried to keep it easy peasy mac and cheesy so that even those of you who are just starting out, get some markers. Get some dual tip markers. Find some at your local retailer, wherever you gotta go to get them. If you've got a local independent retailer, my guess is they've got some dual tip markers. The Marvys are amazing. The Tombos are great markers. The Mementos are they're too dark. So Mementos are great for stamping with, and you can stamp with these too. They're not just markers. I could have inked up my stamp and stamped with that, but that's for another day. The Memento's a little too dark to do this, but Tombos, Marvys, who do you own? And get them out and play. Stamp anything. Stamp anything and start to play and get the feel of it. Grab, if you've got Northwoods stamps, grab a set and have zero expectation. Don't think about what it's supposed to be. Don't look at it while you're doing it going, No, just do it and finish it. And then walk away and come back and you're like, that's not so bad. It never fails. I did not like my bells when we started today. They were not speaking to me, but then I finished it and I said, I kind of like them. Be adventurous. Be daring. Try colors you wouldn't try before. It's only paper. And finish. And then if they're not your favorites, that's okay. I'm sure you have people you give Christmas cards that might not be the number one on your list. Maybe they're a little bit lower, but you still want to give them a Christmas card. Give them that one. You guys, I appreciate you being here today. I look forward to seeing you on Monday. And the big announcement follows our Make It Monday event, which is amazing. Wait till you see those samples, what you get for $19.99. Holy smokes. Then we've got 2 big Tim Holtz events coming up in the next few weeks. Just a lot happening here, and I am so glad you joined me today. So if there is anything that you see here, well, right now the Northwoods Stamps are exclusive to us right now. They're not going to be exclusive to us forever. They offered that to us, and I said, no. We need to make sure other retailers get them as well because, well, we want to keep retailers in business. We want to keep the small moms and pops in business. So they're with us for a little while until they're available everywhere else. We do have the balance of our Northwoods stamps on sale. So if you love Northwoods, now's a good time to go find some and see if you can add to your collection. And the Marvy markers are going to go into my YouTube bin. That way when I need a marker, I've got it. And when you need a marker, I've got it. And the glitter markers are only while we have them left. That price, maybe it is $5.99. I'm not sure anymore. Anyway, I will leave it to you to go look at Scrapbooking Made Simple, scrapbookingmadesimple.com. I am Stacy. I have had a blast today. Now I have to go be with my family. So I appreciate your understanding. I will see you all on Monday. Have a great weekend and set your calendars, set your alarms for Monday. Big announcement. All right, I'll see you all later. Again, I'm Stacy, Scrapbooking Made Simple, scrapbookingmadesimple.com. Bye, everybody.